Good afternoon, parents. I want to welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to give a few instructions on what we are doing for next week in place value so you can kind of have an idea as to what I'm teaching in class so that you can teach the same way at home. So next week's unit, well, for the next couple of weeks, we will be dealing with place value. And next week, we will definitely be focusing on composing and decomposing numbers. So the children's I can statement will be I can compose and decompose numbers up to 100,000. So one of the things that the children will have to do is to be able to compose numbers. So I wrote an example of a number 56,321. So one way the children compose, which means to construct, and decompose, which means to deconstruct numbers, is in standard form, which I have already written here. And standard form just means standard writing in digits. Another way that the children may have to decompose or compose a number is through base 10 blocks. Now with 56,021, of course you can't draw base 10 blocks, but say for instance the number is 321, they would say 3 hundredths, 2 tens, 1 unit. Another way is through expanded form, which would be 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 1, and that is called expanded form. Another form that I teach the kids is expanded notation, and basically that is saying 5 times 10,000, because the value of the 5 here is 10,000. It's in the 10,000s place, so actually that's 50,000. And notice you put the digit first followed by the value. So then they would say 6 times 1,000, 3 times 100, 2 times 10, and 1 times 1. And this form is called expanded notation. And then you also have the written form, which to actually write out the words 56,000 321. Now I don't want you all to get worked up about the spelling and all that, but do know that is another form. So you have expanded form, expanded notation, you have the base 10 blocks, and then you have the written form. One of the biggest things the children have trouble with is the 10,000s place, especially when they're trying to read numbers. They get confused between the 10,000s and thousands because it's saying 10,000 and you have thousands. Some of the type of questions we ask the kid is what digit is in the hundreds place. So they have to be able to understand that the digit 3 is in the hundreds place. Or I may say, what is the value of the digit in the 10,000s place? The value is 50,000, but the digit is 5. So some of those are the type of questions I start to ask. Or they may say, what is the value of the underlying digit? The value is 20. Or they may say, what digit is in the thousands place? Well, there's a 6 in the thousands place. So before I end our lesson, I'm going to give a couple of mock questions that the children will encounter as we go through this unit. So for instance, one of the questions the children may see is 90,000 is equal to how many thousands? So you're looking at 90,000, and this is definitely when we get into our place value chart. And I do start to teach them some of the strategies, but they have to understand that in each place value, which I teach them that you need 10 ones to make 1 10. You need 10 tens to make 100. So these are the type of questions that the children will see. Or they may get a simple question as in which statement is true about the number 6,777. So the kids have to decipher. You may have an answer choice such as the 7 in the tens place is worth 700. So when they're reading through the answer choices, they do have to pay attention to everything. Another question the kids may get, they may have to look at this picture, and the question may say the thousands and tens are missing. What number could it be? So we play these type of games. Well, they know it has to have a 2 because that's 2 hundredths in the hundreds place, and they know it has to have a 2 in the ones place. So then they have to pay attention to the answer choices. One of the last type of questions I'm going to show you is John wrote the population 23,682 in expanded form as 23,680 plus 2. What mistake did he make? So some of the kids will catch it immediately. Oh, he should have put 20,000 plus 3,000. That was the mistake he made. So this is just a brief overview of some of the things that I will be teaching next week.